Hello everyone, once again welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to study the chapter Sound from class 9th Physics. Firstly, we need to understand what is sound. Sound is a form of energy that produces a sensation of hearing in our ears. It's all around us, and we use it to communicate, enjoy music, and even detect dangers. Now, as we have understood what is sound, we are now going to study how is sound produced. So, sound is produced by the vibrations of objects. What does it mean? It means when the particles of an object create a to and fro motion, they start vibrating. And this vibration ultimately results in the hearing sensation, which is known as sound. Now let's dive into the topic of sound waves. See, when an object vibrates or when it creates a vibration like this bell, it creates a disturbance in the air particles around it as well, which then travels in all the directions to reach to your ears. These disturbances are known as sound waves. For example, think of a guitar string. When you blink it, the string vibrates, creating sound waves that travel to our ears. Right? So now let's understand the characteristics of sound waves. See, characteristics means qualities. So what kind of qualities does sound waves have? They have amplitude, which is the maximum displacement of a sound wave from its mean position. So basically it is the height you see from the mean position till the maximum displacement of particle. Next, we have wavelength. It is simply the distance between two consecutive points on a wave. It is like a distance from one peak to the other. Next, frequency. It is the number of oscillations or cycles per second. And most importantly, frequency is measured in hertz. Now the next characteristic of sound wave is time period. It is the time taken by the wave to complete one oscillation or cycles. It is measured in seconds. Now lastly, speed. It tells us about how fast the wave travels through a medium and is usually measured in meters per second. So as we are talking about the speed of sound, let's understand about the speed of sound in different media. First, air. In air, the speed of sound is 340 meter per second. In water, it is 1480 meter per second. In steel, it is 6000 meter per second approximately. Now we are going to understand which kind of a wave is sound. See, sound is a mechanical wave majorly, which means it requires a media to travel through. In vacuum, it cannot travel because there is no medium at all. Now it doesn't end here. We have got two types of mechanical waves: transverse waves and longitudinal waves. So from these two waves, sound waves come under the category of longitudinal waves. It is because sound travels through the air in the form of longitudinal waves. See, what happens in these waves is that the vibrations are parallel to the wave direction. Here in this image, you can simply see the longitudinal waves. Here you can see the areas of high concentration and the areas of low concentration. The areas of high concentration are the compressions and the areas of low concentration are the rarefactions. One more important thing to note is that sound travels in the form of rare fractions and compressions as it is a longitudinal wave. In this image too, you can simply identify that if the waves are moving in these two directions, then the particles are also moving parallel to the wave. And it is what is longitudinal waves. Now, transverse waves. So these waves are also known as the light waves. Why is it so? I think you could have guessed it by now. It is because light travels in the form of transverse waves. Now in this what happens is that the vibrations are perpendicular to the wave direction, as you can clearly see in the diagram of transverse waves. Now we are going to look at reflection of sound. So sound waves can bounce back from the surfaces, which creates echoes. Now these echoes are what we are going to understand within a few seconds. Now this reflection of sound is also used in sonar, that is the sound navigation and ranging technology. So it is used in sonar technology. Now let's have a quick look at echoes. When we shout or clap near a reflective surface like a tall building or a mountain, we will hear the sound repeated after a short delay. This repeated sound is known as echo. Now, echoes are produced when sound is reflected by a hard surface. An echo can only be heard if the time interval between the original sound and the reflected sound is 0.1 second or greater than 0.1 second. This is because the sensation of sound persists in our brain for about 0.1 second. इस लाइन का मतलब सिंपली ये है कि अगर आप कोई साउंड सुनते हो और फिर आपको 0.1 सेकेंड से पहले दूसरी साउंड आ जाती है, तो आपका ब्रेन समझ नहीं पाएगा कि वो साउंड आखिर समझाना क्या चाहती है, कहना क्या चाहती है. तो अगर आपको कोई साउंड आती है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपके फ्रेंड ने आपको बुलाया और फिर उस साउंड के बीच में 0.1 सेकेंड्स का गैप आता है और फिर कोई और आपको बुलाता है, तो आपको वो साउंड सुनाई देगी. पर अगर आपके फ्रेंड ने आपको बुलाया और 0.1 सेकेंड से पहले ही किसी और ने आपको बुला दिया, तो आपको दोनों की ही आवाज़ें समझ नहीं आएंगी. Now we are going to understand about sound range. So, as human beings, we don't have the capacity to listen to all the sounds of all ranges. So, there are some sounds which human beings can hear, and there are some sounds which human beings cannot hear. So, the sounds which humans can hear are known as audible sounds. They range from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Now, inaudible sounds. So, these are the sounds human beings can't hear. There are two types, infrasonic sounds and ultrasonic sounds. So, infrasonic sounds have frequencies below 20 Hz. Although we humans could not hear it, some animals can hear infrasonic sounds. For example, elephants and whales. Now, ultrasonic sounds have frequencies above 20,000 Hz. Now, the last topic of our chapter is applications of ultrasonic sounds. First, ultrasonography. It is the medical imaging, cleaning delicate parts of jewelry and electronic devices to measure distance. Fourth, pest control. We can repel rodents and insects with the help of ultrasonic sounds. Then, flaw detection in metals. Also, breaking kidney stones. And last and the most important application of ultrasonic sounds are sonar. Remember sound navigation and ranging? It is used to measure the depth of the sea. अब इस पार्ट को स्किप बिल्कुल मत करना बिकॉज ये इस वीडियो का सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट है. अगर आपको इस चैप्टर के फ्री, कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव, कंसाइज, सिंपल और इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड क्यूट नोट्स चाहिए तो आप जल्दी से जाकर मेरे डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में दी गई लिंक को चेकआउट कर सकते हो। सो अभी के लिए इतना ही। बाकी के चैप्टर्स पढ़ते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियोस में।